Welcome to Business Math. Today happens to be February 17th, and we're gonna jump all the way to Chapter 10 now. I want to quickly dispense with monthly payments and so forth. I realize this is covered in personal finance, but we're going to do this a little bit today because it is important for you to see this more than one time. It's a time value of money problem. That's really what it is. So, without any further ado, let's go straight to our time value of money calculator. And in fact, if you go ahead and go to Google, you don't have to go buy a special calculator or anything like this. Just type in time value of money calculator. By the way, I'm going to let you use this for your quizzes. You're going to be able to use it for your midterm exam. You're going to be able to use it for your final exam. So the time value of money calculator that I like to use in personal finance, so this will be the one that we use here. You'll notice we skipped all the way to Chapter 10, like I said, because a lot of the things are covered in personal finance. So that's the reason we're skipping all the way to Chapter 10. But here's the time value of money, the time value of money calculator. I got to talk just a tiny bit about time value of money. And basically what it is this. All right. If you had a choice of me giving you $100 right now, or me giving you $100 a year from now, what would you choose, Rachel? It's not a trick question. It's just actually, I've decided, I'll just pretend here, but I've decided to give you $100, Rachel. Would you rather have it today or a year from now?
A year from now.
It wasn't a trick question.
Today.
So, Rachel, we'll make a deal. You give me $100 today, and I'll give you the $100 back a year from now. Since you just said, what's that?
That sounds great.
8 o'clock classes are rough, aren't they? Courtney, what would you rather have? $100 today or $100 a year from today? Today. In other words, because, see, money has value over time. That's why we call it the time value of money. So, and I'm not talking about inflation here, so don't get confused about inflation. Don't get confused about inflation. Our inflation has been actually quite low, especially if you don't eat, because they take food out of the inflation equation. So when they report inflation as 2%, they don't include food and they don't include fuel. So if you don't own a car or don't drive a car or don't use anything or don't buy anything that involves fuel, go figure, right? As the church lady would say, how convenient for the government to remove food and fuel from the inflation figures. See, a lot of things, government salaries, military benefits, Social Security, disability, a lot of things are based upon they have to raise the payments based on inflation. So one of the little tricks that the government decided to do was, hey, take out food and take out fuel, and then we won't have to worry about inflation being so rampant. Because a lot of times those two things can just really go nuts, and then because who buys food and who buys fuel, right? Anyway, It was a trick.
Dr. G,
Yes, go ahead.
we can hear you, but we cannot see you. It
Okay,
says,
something happened to my, let's try this. And
it
then
says
we'll
you have
try,
an incoming call from 100.
there we go.
No,
Still can't see
no,
me.
no. Two blue squares,
Maybe
Mm.
forget.
green dot, no, white
You
dot.
see my computer.
No, nothing.
Okay, you're going to have to probably go get somebody and hang up and then reconnect. And I'll have you guys
Yeah.
reconnect to me, okay?
Okay.
Woodward, can you see me okay?
Yes.
Yes. All right. So anyway, time value of money, because, see, you could do something with that money. The concept here of time value of money, it's also opportunity cost.
There it is.
That's-
It came back.
Okay. Thank you. So opportunity cost is related. It's related to time value of money. Now, your specific time value of money or opportunity cost, it pretty much depends on up to you. Let me illustrate one more time value of money situation. All right. Let's say you won $100 million in a lottery. Okay? By the way, most Americans would think that that would make you incredibly happy. The interesting data on it is that for most people, it ruins their life. I don't know if you knew that or not, but most people, it ruins their life. What follows is either divorce, murder, estrangement from family, and most people that win the lottery are bankrupt within 5 to 10 years. They spend the whole thing. Okay? Spend it all. It's hard to imagine that, but that's the way it is. So out of $100 million, and by the way, they do this when they hand out the prize money, they hand it out over like 40 years. So you're not going to get your $100 million today. Not going to happen. You're going to get $2.5 million a year for the next 40 years. Now, most people go, well, I can't live on $2.5 million a year for the next 40 years. I need all that money now. So are they going to give you the entire $100 million, Robert? Right now.
No, he's not here.
What's that?
He's not here.
Oh, Robert's absent? Let's go to Shay and Alva.
No.
What do you think, Shay? They're going to give you the whole $100 million right today?
No, I don't think so.
No, they're not. Not even close. Not even close. Out of the $100 million, here's a little extra credit, in fact. Go look that up. On a $100 million lottery ticket, if you win $100 million, how much would they give you if you want a lump sum? In other words, you want it today instead. Go look that up. Jonte, you take a guess, okay? Take a guess. How much would they give you today?
You'll probably get half of that because you have to pay
Yeah,
tax
if you're
on the
lucky,
money.
right? If you're lucky. So in fact, you can go to Google for extra credit. Just type that in. It's kind of an interesting little problem. Type in something like lottery winner, let's say winnings, and let's say lump sum percent, something, and then see what you come up with, okay? So it tells you about what percent. Now, and of course, there's going to be a tax rate of 39.6%. That's going to be your tax rate. oh, here's some interesting little data. 98% of Powerball and Mega Million winners, they take the lump sum. They take it all today. Okay? So, they're talking about whether you should take it today or whatever. I have to choose between the lump sum. Go look that up. I thought I'd maybe find it quickly. But don't worry about the taxes, because you're still going to have to pay the taxes. But the point is that $100 million spread out over 40 years is not the same as $100 million today. Okay? I mean, if you were to choose, that's an easy one. I hope it's easy. Between $100 million today and $2.5 million a year for the next 40 years. Now, we're not thinking, I don't want you to think emotionally. I want you to think mathematically. Mathematically, you'd be way better off taking the $100 million today than the $2.5 million every year for 40 years, okay? Mathematically. Now, you can talk about it in the psych class and everything else, the psychology, but here's the point. The money has value. I have a 9-year-old granddaughter, a 7-year-old grandson, a 4-year-old grandson, and a 2-year-old grandson. If I look so exhausted today, it's because Saturday we spent all day at the Science Museum, and yesterday we spent most of the day at the zoo. So if I look exhausted, that's why. But here's what I want to tell you about my granddaughter. I did this just a few months back, and I gave her a choice. I was on a trip, and I said, you can have $1 today. I'll give you $1 today, or I'll give you $3 a week from today. Okay? I'll give you $1 today, or I'll give you $3 a week from today. Which one do you think did she choose? Wyatt, what do you think she chose?
The dollar today.
Yeah. Now that's not real surprising for a 9-year-old, because she said, hey, for whatever reason, either Papa may forget a week from today to give me the $3, or whatever her reasoning was in her little brain, but to her, $1 today was more valuable than $3 a week from today. So her concept of time value of money, granted, is warped, right? Because, if you had a choice between $1 million today or $3 million a week from today, which one would you pick? Shay and Alba.
I would probably pick this today.
You'd pick...
I got a rodeo coming up.
What's that?
I have a rodeo coming up. I need money.
I know, but your choice is $1 million today or $3 million a week from today.
Oh,
That was your choice. What's that?
Today.
What's
I
that?
don't have a rodeo a week from today. I have it this weekend.
Ouch. Well, the reason I said ouch is because if that's true, then, let's see, how do I gently put this? See, mathematically, Seinfeld always said the higher you put your hands on your head, the worse it is. Now, so do you see how high my hands are on my head? See, that's pretty odd. He says that when he says, so how are things going with you and your boyfriend? Oh, and the girl answers, oh, not too bad. Now, how are things going with you and your boyfriend, John T? Not you and your boyfriend, John T. Well, that may be the case. I'm not here to, hey, I'm not here to, hey. But anyway, the higher you reach in your head, the worse it is. If that's true, ouch. This is why I guess this is why I'm covering this chapter. Time value of money. It's something extremely important that you understand, because, okay, you have this rodeo coming up, and there's no one you can talk to, knowing that a week from today, you're going to get $3 million. There's no, how much is it going to cost to go to this rodeo this weekend?
Couple hundred.
Couple hundred. Well, I tell you what, I'll loan you a couple hundred. If you give me one out of the 3 million, you'll still have $2 million a week from today. And I'll loan you 200 for $1 million. How's that, Shay? Does that sound like a plan?
That works.
Yeah, that works. See, this is why you need to understand the time value of money, because this is such a huge concept. Way more important than the calculation, by the way. Way more important than calculating the time value of money. This is why I'm going to let you use the time value of money calculator. But it's the concept. See, here's another thing I want to try to emphasize. Let me see if I'm not doing too well today. I'm trying. All right. A car dealer advertises a 5-year, that's 60 months, by the way, a 5-year 0% loan. A 5-year 0% loan. Now, a lot of people, they think, oh, it's a 5-year 0% loan. That means I don't have to pay any interest. It's 0%. Now, that's something you should actually be very skeptical about. Are there any of you that knows what's going on a 5-year 0% loan? When a car dealer says, 0% financing for those, you know. And by the way, you always see in real fine print, it says WAC. For starters, are there any of you that understand, that know what WAC means? Oh, turn on the mic over there now, if you would. Thank you.
Isn't that a football conference?
Oh, it is. It's a football conference. That's right. Does anybody else know what WAC stands for? Wow, you're all going to learn something today. This is awesome. It stands for with approved credit. So in other words, if you have totally destroyed your credit, then you're not going to get that. You're not going to get that 0% loan for 5 years. Now, next question is: are there any of you that are skeptical about that 0% loan for 60 months? What's going on there? Anybody want to take a guess? People don't loan money. I mean, maybe Grandma does. Maybe Grandma loans money for 0%. Which, by the way, according to Dave Ramsey, and I agree with him on this one, you shouldn't loan money or borrow money from family or friends, because you may have to choose between the relationship and the money. But anyway, other than Grandma, you can't go to the bank and get a 0% loan, even if you have stellar credit. The best you could probably get is 1.99% loan on a new car. So tell me what's going on. Anybody know? See, I could have
They're
been a
hoping that
dentist.
you don't pay it off by then.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
They're hoping that you don't pay it off by then, and you're going to have a huge interest rate whenever.
Okay, now that's a good answer. Is that Shay that answered that?
Yes, sir.
There you go, Shay. So you're earning your money now to get for your rodeo. No, I'm just kidding. That's a good answer when it comes to 12 months, no interest, same as cash on a furniture loan. Borrowing a big screen TV, Hans Appliance. Buy a 50-inch LCD TV today for $599. 12 months, same as cash. Shay, they hope you don't pay it off in 12 months. And then they charge you right through the nose credit. So I'm going to give you 2 points extra credit for that very thoughtful answer. Now, that's not what's going on, though, on a 0% car loan for 5 years. Anybody else want to take a guess? Good thing we're having class today. Wow. This is not in the book. This is good stuff. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Nobody, huh? Nobody wants to take a guess? Shay had a good guess. That was a good guess, Shay. All right, here's the answer. They give you a choice between 0% interest or what? That's the hint. Wyatt, do you know what the or what is?
Some kind of discount on the car.
Yes! Like a $2,000 cash back discount on the car. So if they're giving you a choice between 0% financing for 5 years or $2,000 cash back, that 0% loan on the 5-year loan, how much interest are they really charging you, Wyatt?
More than $2,000.
$2,000! That's what's going on. With 0% loan, it's not a 0% loan. They're actually charging you $2,000 of interest. Because, see, this is where it's so important that you understand time value of money. Nobody, except Grandma, gives a 0% loan. Oh, and I found out that even Grandma might not give a 0% loan. Some of you will know what I'm talking about. You call up Grandma. Grandma, I'm going back to college. I need $1,000 to help me out with some of my expenses. Will you loan that to me? Grandma says, sure. Okay, so Grandma loans you the money. Then Grandma gives you a call. We just had a big snowstorm, honey. Can you come over and shovel my driveway out? What are you going to say, Jonte?
I would say that's arm and leg.
You would say, yes, Grandma. What did you call your grandma, Jonte? No, if you can't say it, this is being recorded, so that you can.
I mean,
See, my
actually,
grandkids.
I used to call her Mama Dog.
Yeah, my grandkids call my wife Meemaw. They couldn't say Grandma, so they said Meemaw. So she is Meemaw to this day. Well, anyway, so if Meemaw gives you a call, says, hey, if she just loaned you $1,000, guess what? She's collecting some interest, isn't she? That's what's going on. Jonty goes, that's pretty stiff interest right there. I got to shovel her driveway out. Well, anyway, that was almost like dentistry right there, huh? Pulling some teeth. Well, anyway, time value of money. It is related to opportunity cost. I may have to come back and talk about I may have to delay the 5-3 assignment on finding the standard deviation by hand until Wednesday. We'll see. I didn't think it was going to be this painful to get time value of money and the concept of that $100 today and $100 a year from today, that's not the same thing. See, that involves time value of money, opportunity cost. Opportunity cost means, what could you have done with this money? What could you have done with this money? Let me give you another practical example. I think you're getting it. This is just huge concept. It's unfortunate, but a lot of math professors spend way too much time on the calculation and not enough time on the not enough time on the concept. All right. Last year, my wife and I were looking at some really nice motor homes. In fact, $100,000 for a used motor home, I mean, that's a nice motor home. Oh, good. That's about worth the same as our house, by the way. So, $100,000 for a used motor home. Now, last year, I'm not bragging, actually I'm a little bit embarrassed. Last year, the stock market did 29.6% interest, or gained. That was the gain for last year. I only did 27% in my stock option trading business. I only did 27%. So I didn't even, in other words, this 29.6%, this is if you just took an S&P 500 mutual fund, put your money in there, didn't even touch it. This is what my son did last year. Because I told him it's too painful to become a trader yet. He may want to someday, but well, I tell you, I sure wouldn't try to talk anybody into it. Because I've been trading now for about 7 years, and look at that. I only got a 27% gain last year. Now, here is the point. Tell me what 27% of 100,000 is, Jonte.
100, you said 27%.
27%. What's 27% of 100,000?
Give me 1 second. $27,000.
$27,000. In other words, 27% of 100 dump trucks is 27 dump trucks. 27% of 100 bananas is 27 bananas. 27% of 100 monkeys is 27 monkeys. 27% of $100,000 is $27,000. 27% of $100 million is how much, Rachel?
$27 million.
27 million. 27% of 100 trillion is how much, Courtney? 27 trillion. Okay, that's what 27 means. 27% means 27 out of 100. All right. So, back to opportunity cost. My wife and I could have paid cash for this $100,000 motorhome last year, bought it. But look at the opportunity cost that it would have cost us. Because I made $27,000 last year off the $100,000. This is also known sometimes as capital cost. So time value of money, opportunity cost, capital cost, all of these are the same, pretty much. Time value of money, opportunity cost, capital cost. It would have cost me in capital cost or opportunity cost over $2,000 a month. I'm not talking about depreciation here. Because this $100,000 motorhome, well, it was used, so it wouldn't depreciate as fast. Because new motorhomes depreciate very fast. But I'm not even talking about the depreciation. In other words, going down in value. You know about depreciation. Automobiles depreciate. Motorhomes depreciate. Most things do. Houses usually don't depreciate, but they can in a big economic downturn. But $27,000, and in fact, a year ago, right now, I told my wife, I said, I am 95% sure that a year from today, we'll be glad that we didn't buy this $100,000 motorhome. And sure enough, because I'm $27,000 richer for not buying that $100,000 motorhome. Because I made $27,000 off that $100,000 last year. There's another concept of capital cost. All right, well, we got to see how to use this time value money calculator. Let's go to the time value money calculator. Time value money calculator. I'll pull it up on the screen. Here it is. This is what it looks like. I'll zoom in a little bit to make it easier to read. All right. So, you use the time value of money calculator. You'll want to take some good notes for this, because this is how you use the time value of money calculator. Let's pretend that you want to buy a car. And, in fact, real life math problem here. Should you take the $2,000 cash back deal, or should you take the 0% financing deal? So here's the real money, real problem. Let's put it up here. Let's first of all make sure we understand the problem. We're going to understand the problem. Then we're going to devise a plan. We're going to implement the plan. Then you're going to evaluate the solution of the plan. So first of all, we're going to understand the problem. The problem is going to be, and let's say you're not going to buy too fancy of a car. You're going to buy one of those nice Chevy Cruzes. They're pretty nice. You could buy a brand new 2014 Chevy Cruze if you're careful. Now you'll have to take personal finance to get all my car buying tips. But you can buy a fairly nice Chevy Cruze for about $15,000. Now the question is, should you take the $2,000 cash back, or should you take the 0% financing? So over here, this is 0% for 5 years. This over here, and let's also assume you have good credit that you'll qualify for each one of these. So which one is the better deal? Now we're going to use the time value of money to calculate this. This one, you wouldn't even need your time value of money calculator, would you? Right. There's my calculator. Because there's no interest at all. You just take 15,000 divided by 60, and that'll tell you your monthly payment. So you don't need a big time value of money calculator here. Just take 15,000 divided by 60, and what was your monthly payment? All right, anybody?
$250.
$250 a month is correct. So Rachel gets the 2 points extra credit for being the first answer. It's $250 a month. That's what this is. $250 per month. All right? Now, we didn't need a time value of money calculator to figure out that, because it's just 60 months. Hey, they're all going to be equal payments. We got no interest being charged, so it's just $250 a month. Okay? They're like a grandma loan here. No interest, except she might call you up in the fall to rake your leaves, whatever. Now we're going to contrast that, taking the $2,000 cash back. So we get 1.99% interest, because now we're taking the $2,000 cash back. All right, here's how you use the time value of money calculator. What you do is they hand you the $13,000 right now. That's called present value, by the way. PV is present value. This PV, present value. You might want to write that down. FV, take a wild guess what FV stands for. Jonte?
Face value.
Face value is a good guess. Future value. So you're gonna, when you pay this whole loan off, boom, you're gonna owe them zero. So zero will be here in future value. The rate, that's the APR. So we're gonna stick that in as 1.99. Right now, there's your. If you have really good credit, and then you do some other things at your local credit union, like open up an account there, make sure you do some checking or savings there, whatever. Okay. 60 periods, because we're going to do this for 60 months. The annual, you'll have to take the drop-down box and change that to monthly. All right, I think we're ready to rock and roll. Here we go. Okay, let's see. Leave payment blank, because that's what we're trying to calculate. So let's see. 0 is our future value. What are you going to put in for the rate? Rachel? I'll give you a hint.
That's what I said, 1.99%.
1.99 is correct. So put 1.99 into the rate. What are you going to stick in for the periods? Courtney?
60.
How many months are we doing this loan, Courtney?
60 months.
60 months. That's what you put for the period. On the drop-down box, we select what, Wyatt?
Monthly.
Monthly, because we're doing monthly payments here. And to get the answer of what the monthly payment should be, Shay, what do we click on? Down here at the bottom. Which one? Go ahead.
The payment, PMT.
Yeah, the PMT. Now look at that, will you? We were better off. We got a payment. The reason it says minus is because that's how much they're going to subtract out of your checking account every month. Okay, $227.80. The $227.80 is a better deal. The $227.80 is a better deal than taking the 0% for 5 years. Okay? So you must do the calculations. So what we did, we understood the problem, we devised a plan, we said we're going to get the monthly payment for each. We implemented the plan, so actually we calculated the monthly payment. For this one over on the left-hand side, we just took the $15,000 divided by 60. On the right-hand side, we took the time value of money calculator. Now, I only have about 4 minutes left, maybe 3.5. Let's go back, and I want to show you some other cool things that you can do with the time value of money calculator. You can leave any of these blank. You can leave any of these blank. Now, we left the payment blank. Now, watch what happens when you screw up your credit. All right. You go to a buy here, pay here car dealer. I didn't even think this was for real until I gave extra credit out for somebody to bring me a buy here, pay here contract. It was 147% interest. So instead of a payment of $227 a month, the payment is $1,594 a month. All right? That's if you've totally screwed your credit. Now, back here, if you've semi-screwed your credit, 29.9, all right, this is still, you pretty well jacked your credit over. Instead of a payment of $227 a month, you're going to have a payment of $419.80 a month. All right? Watch how cool this calculator is, though. We can actually, it'll even calculate the rate for us. It'll even calculate the rate for us. If you say, if we made payments of $300 a month to our friend that we're buying this car from, friend is in quotation marks now, how much APR is our friend really charging us if we're making payments of $300 a month? See, I'm leaving the rate blank. Or you then click on rate. Whoa, forgot to do, I'm sorry. Oh, this is, see, never get discouraged. You mess up. You can always serve as a bad example. When you do that, be sure you put a minus 300 as your payment, because that's what's going to be drawn out of your checking, okay? So you're paying your friend $300 a month, and what's the rate going to be? The rate would be 13.63%. You can use this time value of money calculator when you're buying a house in Enid, Alva, Ponca, or Woodward. You can buy a fairly decent house for $60,000. Buy a fairly decent house for $60,000. If you put it on a 15-year loan, by the way, they'll give you, if you have good credit, they'll probably give you about a 5% loan. 15 years, you'll have to calculate that in months. That's 180 months. 15 years, have to calculate it, and you get a payment of $474 a month. Now, that does not include taxes or insurance. Watch what happens when we stretch that out to 30 years. 30-year home loans are very common. So you say, wow, that should cut the payment in half. It should only be about $237 a month if I did this for 30 years. By the way, for 30 years, they're also going to charge you a higher rate of interest because there's more risk involved. So let's jack that up to about 6%. Now watch what the monthly payment's going to jump to. From $474 a month, it's going to, instead of $237 a month, it's $359 a month. What I'm trying to tell you is that a 30-year loan, it doesn't save you as much. Now here's the good news. On your problems in section 10.1, you may use the time value of money calculator. You do not have to poke yourself in the eye with a sharp stick and do it by these formulas in the book. All right? You don't have to do it because actually nobody in the real world calculates time value of money, monthly payments, or anything by a formula. All right? Nobody does that. I am probably going to have to extend. I was hoping that this wouldn't take so much time to go over the time value of money concept and the opportunity cost concept, but so I'm gonna put that you had 5/3 was due tonight. I'm gonna extend that to Wednesday night, and then I'll show you how to do the standard deviation with the poke yourself in the eye with a sharp stick method, okay? Well, that's all for today. I will see you guys on Wednesday.